Live and online from the KFC Yum Center, this is the 2025 Western Governors University Commencement Ceremony in Louisville, Kentucky. This ceremony is for the Levitt School of Health and the School of Education graduates. This is a live broadcast and will be available on YouTube and WGU's website. Please welcome to the stage Regional Vice President Allison Bell.
Welcome. It is my distinct honor to convene the 107th commencement of Western Governors University. I'm Allison Bell, Vice President for WGU's Central Region, and we warmly welcome you to Louisville, Kentucky, a vibrant city known for its rich history, spirited culture, and its renowned Derby spirit. Louisville stands proud as a testament to resilience, innovation, and growth, a perfect backdrop to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our accomplished graduates. Let's get this celebration started. If you're able, please stand for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Nicole, for an inspiring performance. Nicole lives in Appleton, Wisconsin, where she works as an adaptive music teacher for students with special needs. She earned her master's degree in learning experience design through WGU while balancing work, home renovations, newlywed life. Nicole loves teaching, performing, leading worship at her church. She shares her home with her daughter and her husband, her daughter, and their very spoiled dog. One more round of applause. Like Nicole, each of you has achieved something remarkable. For example, Alexandra Lusky from North Carolina, a mother of 3, military wife and veteran, completed her elementary ed bachelor's degree while still active duty. And Nathan Charles, a 43-year-old working father from Southern Texas, earned a bachelor's in human health and services and helps those suffering from substance misuse. He's the first in his family to earn a 4-year degree. Commencement is a celebration of a milestone, a dream realized through determination and hard work. It marks the moment you cross the line between student and alum, between one phase of your life and the next. It reflects the challenges you've faced and the obstacles you've overcome. The accomplishment is a powerful tribute to your dedication, perseverance, creativity, and resilience. On behalf of the entire university and our Board of Trustees, we extend our heartfelt congratulations and celebrate your success. WGU graduates, I invite you to challenge the seemingly impossible as you move forward in life. As legendary boxer Muhammad Ali, who grew up in Louisville, once said, "Impossible is just a word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it." Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. I commend each and every one of you for the level of determination you have shown to reach this point. Your resilience is something to be proud of and will undoubtedly bear fruit in the years to come. So when life's challenges weigh you down, lean on this accomplishment and remember, you can do hard things. So one of the things that makes WGU so special is our unique and diverse student body. It's truly incredible to see individuals from so many different backgrounds with such a wide range of lived experiences come together to celebrate one of life's achievements. I'd like to share some facts with you today about our graduating class. There are 590 graduates earning master's and bachelor's degrees today. 47% of you are the first in your family to earn a college degree. Yes, I see you. We extend our special congratulations to you. Your average age is 36, the youngest is 19, and the oldest is 74. What a testament to the fact that education is a lifelong journey. 38 states are represented here today, and the graduate who traveled the farthest to join us today is from Willow, Alaska, 3,000 miles away. WGU is grateful to be recognized as a military-friendly university, and we are especially honored to acknowledge the military members graduating today who are proudly wearing red, white, and blue cords. Thank you for your service to our country. Please stand so that we can recognize you. Many of you are graduating today along with a family member, a father, a mother, a sibling, a spouse. We offer special congratulations to those of you who are sharing this accomplishment with a loved one. Also joining us today are many of our WGU faculty and staff. Would you please put your hands together to offer your appreciation for their time and dedication? And many of you have had the love and support of your family and friends as you've earned your degree. Graduates, I'd like to invite you now to stand and offer your applause and appreciation for those here today that made that journey with you. I'd now like to invite Dr. Courtney Hills Macbeth, Chief Academic Officer and Provost, to the podium to introduce our student speakers.
Thank you, Allison. You all look good today. Graduates, each of you has had an amazing story that's brought you to this point. At this time, we have the opportunity to hear from two of your fellow graduates as they share their respective journeys to earn their degrees. I'm delighted to introduce Brittany Kizzy, Bachelor of Arts in Educational Studies, Elementary Education from Houston, Texas. And next, we have, Megan S. Wright Burnett, who has earned a Master's of Healthcare Administration from Dayton, Tennessee. Please join me first in welcoming Brittany to the lectern.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and dear friends and family, Today I stand before you not merely as a woman who has met challenges, but as a living testimony of the transformative power of faith, resilience, and the steadfast support of my family. My journey has been anything but conventional, and I hope that by sharing my experiences, I can motivate you to embrace your own unique path, regardless of how winding it may be. A few years ago, I found myself entangled in a web of poor choices, primarily due to the company I kept. I was drawn into a world that seemed glamorous at first, but quickly revealed its darker side. Legal troubles loomed over me, and I felt as though I was drowning in a sea of regret and uncertainty. It was during this tumultuous time that I discovered the profound strength of faith. I turned back to God, seeking guidance and clarity, and it was a pivotal moment that changed the course of my life. But with newfound determination, I committed myself to a life of purpose and integrity. As I began a new chapter in my life, my mom understood my desire for more, so she encouraged me not to delay in pursuing my dreams. She recognized how overwhelming life had become for me, juggling 3 active daughters and my husband that worked full-time to provide for our family. In 2016, she earned her master's degree from WGU through sheer determination and introduced me to the bachelor's program. Initially, I was unsure, but after researching, I eagerly embraced my education, realizing that knowledge can drive momentous change. I approached my studies with enthusiasm, often finding humor in challenges I face, reminding myself that laughter is the best remedy for sadness. As I progressed in my educational journey, I uncovered a passion for aiding others who, like me, had faced their own hardships. I began giving my time and lending my ear to young women by sharing my story and encouraging them to make positive choices. I recall a period when I faced immense challenge. A doctor delivered a diagnosis regarding a struggle I was enduring with my skin, and while the news felt crushing, it wasn't the end of my journey. My body may have led me to despair, but my faith reassured me that God had a purpose to my life. On that very day, I received a call from a young woman who confided in me about her feelings and her thoughts. Despite my own pain, God nudged me, reminding me of my purpose to support others. As I prayed for her and offered encouragement, I helped her reconnect with her identity and work, and I came to realize that my life and experiences serve as a testament that if I can overcome, so can anyone else. In lifting her spirits, I found the strength to uplift myself as well. Through these experiences, I came to understand the significance of support. I learned that we are not defined by our past, but by our ability to rise above it. We may not always understand the reason or the methods behind what happens to us, but we come to see the journey is worthwhile. Not just for ourselves, but for those who need to witness someone triumph who has known defeat. And with that, I was able to create the nonprofit organization Girls in God, as well as write a journal and publish it, Power in Your Weakness. So today, we don't simply leave our past behind. Instead, we embrace the challenges that have shaped this very moment. We celebrate every tough day and every restless night. We hold our heads high and stand proud in front of those who doubted us. We acknowledge our journey because we achieved the goal we set for ourselves. Let us give a round of applause to our support system. Who allowed us to lean on them during our toughest times. Look around. You are here because you decided to pursue your dreams and strive for something better. We did it, we made it, and no one can take that away from us. Here's to us.
Good morning to the faculty, friends, family, and fellow graduates. What an extraordinary journey this has been. Today, we find ourselves at the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. It's a day filled with excitement, gratitude, and let's be honest, perhaps a sense of relief. Today is a celebration of a remarkable achievement, a moment to honor the challenges we've overcome and an opportunity to reflect on the path that has brought us here. For me, my journey started in middle school. My 7th grade science teacher, Mr. Calvin Reed, once told me, "You have the potential." He said those words while facing a battle of his own. He had been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and yet he still showed up every single day to teach. His resilience, his unwavering commitment to his students, and his belief in our potential left an impact on me that I carry to this day and is the reason I chose healthcare as my career path. But as I stand here now, I ask myself, of course we all have the potential, but do we have the drive, the initiative, and the perseverance to make that potential a reality? My journey with WGU began the same month my son started kindergarten. At that time, my life was in the middle of a major transition. I had just been through a divorce, and after 5.5 years as a stay-at-home mom, I had to start completely over. I secured a full-time job working night shift on the weekends as a CT and X-ray tech so that I could dedicate my weekdays to my son. It was not easy, very far from it. I struggled through depression and anxiety, and at one point between my job and caring for my son, I was awake for 53 hours straight. I pushed through sheer exhaustion, knowing that my hard work would one day pay off. Along the way, I even had 2 surgeries, and I earned an award for one of the papers I wrote during my 2-week recovery. Giving up was never an option. I never let anything stop me. Earning my master's degree had been a long-term goal, and I refused to let anything or anyone stand in my way. And as life continued, so did I. I was promoted to day shift, working in X-ray, CT, and MRI. I met a wonderful man with a precious son of his own, bought a house, moved, and got married. In fact, I was so committed to my new life that we got courthouse married 11 days before I finished my program, just so that way his name could be on my diploma. So while I earned my degree, I was also building a new family and learning how to integrate that dynamic into my life. But my story is just one of many. Each of us here today has faced our own unique struggles, sacrifices, and triumphs. Some of us juggled full-time jobs and coursework. Some of us balanced school with raising children. Some overcame financial hardships, health challenges, or personal setbacks that made this journey feel impossible at times. And yet, despite every obstacle, despite the long nights, the doubts, and all the setbacks, we kept going. That is what today is about. Not just about earning a degree, but about proving to ourselves that we are capable of more than we ever imagined. That our potential is limitless when paired with determination. And with love and support, we rose above any and everything to reach our goals. To our professors and our mentors, thank you for your wisdom and your guidance. To our families and friends, thank you for your endless support, understanding, and encouragement. And to ourselves, thank you for never giving up just because it got hard or it was taking longer than what we wanted. Thank you for seeing the value in the struggles and for seeing the sun through the dark sky. So, to my fellow graduates, let this moment be a reminder of our resilience. Let it serve as proof that hard work, dedication, and perseverance will always lead us forward. Education is one of the most powerful tools that we have. It can never be taken away, and it can only be earned. Class of 2025, we didn't just have the potential, we had the courage to see it through. We did it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Brittany and Megan, for sharing your incredible stories. I realized when Megan talked about being awake for 53 hours, a lot of you were nodding your heads in agreement of all the sleep that you missed to get to today. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and for showing your resilience, your commitment, and your dedication. Let's give them another round of applause. I'm now very pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, Jamie Valvano. Jamie Valvano has been transformed by extraordinary circumstances. She witnessed the amazing victory of her beloved father, legendary basketball coach Jim Valvano. when he realized his lifelong dream of winning the NCAA championship in 1983. Years later, however, her family was devastated when Jim was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Jamie was in the audience during his famous ESPY speech in 1993 when he stated, "We are establishing the V Foundation for Cancer Research. It may not save my life, it may save my children's lives, and it may save someone you love." After graduating from North Carolina State University, Jamie worked for the V Foundation for Cancer Research in its formative years and helped to establish the organization that has now awarded over $400 million to cancer facilities across the nation. In 2005, at age 33, Jamie was diagnosed with breast cancer. As a result of groundbreaking research, doctors were able to uncover the genetic mutation that she had inherited from her father and create a course of treatment that would increase her odds of survival. The prophetic words of her father spoke to her on an entirely different meaning now that she was facing cancer. 18 years after her diagnosis, Jamie continues to share private and personal insights to a variety of audiences in her role as a public speaker. She uses her voice as a cancer survivor, mother, and writer to always push others to embrace their personal vision, inspiring others with her open, honest, and heartfelt lessons. What a pleasure to have her with us today. Please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Thank you to the faculty of WGU for having me here today, and congratulations to the class of 2025. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage because I'm Italian and I need to use my hands to speak, so you might not understand my message, but each one of you embody the spirit of what I'm going to talk about today, and that is overcoming obstacles. I don't know if I actually can top the student speakers. I was backstage just crying and have been inspired by so many of the stories that I've heard today. As has been mentioned, if you look around, you did not get here on your own, but instead you are surrounded by loved ones that have walked the journey with you. In my own life, I recognize that there are people, if I had not met them, I would not be standing here today. And one of the most impactful person in my life was my dad. I think my dad was born with a basketball in his hand. I'm not joking. He was obsessed with the sport. And he also was an amazing storyteller. And one of the stories that he shared with us as we were growing up was the tale of him attending his first basketball camp. If you can think back when you went to camp the first time, how exciting it is. And he wanted to just be in the gym surrounded by other sweaty young men. And when he got there to the gym that day, the camp counselors told him to sit down on the hard court and listen to a motivational speaker. Now, I hope you don't feel the same way today, but my dad rolled his eyes and said, the last thing I want to do is actually listen to somebody talk. I want to get out on the court. But little did he know that day he would hear the words that would forever change his life. The speaker was a gentleman by the name of Reverend Bob Richards, and he uttered over the young men that day, God must have loved ordinary people because he made so many of us. And yet every day, in every walk of life, ordinary people accomplish the extraordinary, and you're a testament to that today. My dad proved in his life that the way in which we live each and every day, even though he knew he was just a normal kid growing up in Seaford, Long Island, he wanted to do amazing things in his life. And so as he lived, he uncovered the three essential elements that all of us need in order to live that extraordinary life. Every year at the beginning of the season, my dad had one vision, and that was to cut down the nets after winning a national championship. And he lived, and he would close his eyes no matter what the score was. He knew that that was what he wanted to accomplish. And that was his bold, audacious vision. And so he lived with intention and said no to things that distracted him, and every single day took one step towards his future. Now, the first thing we all need is to establish those bold, audacious life visions. And they're different than goals or resolutions. Goals are so important. They get you from where you are to where you want to be. But oftentimes, we have to pivot or alter that path, and nothing is earth-shattering. We can kind of just take a step back and regroup. But you see, your life visions are what you were born to do. They combine your passions and your gifts, and that reveals your purpose. Your vision is what wakes you up in the morning, and it breathes energy into your existence. You have a divine purpose and path, and if you're not walking towards that, you tend to feel exhausted and a little bit hollow. And so I learned from my dad how important it is to write down those visions, those bold, audacious visions. It might take you a lifetime to complete them, but I'm certain that one of your life visions was to sit here today and to graduate and to finish what you started. And you should be so proud. As a coach, yes, applaud your efforts. I think it's family that are applauding you. Well, as a coach, I would watch my dad each and every game, and I realized that he was the motivational speaker. He was the one that had to help his players believe that they could win the game. But he was never alone. He was surrounded by a team, and I knew that he could not accomplish that unless he had the players that he needed each and every year. He would have to go out and intentionally recruit those players that had the gifts and the talents that he needed. And then he invited them to be a part of his team, and he united them under one vision. The second thing all of you probably have already uncovered, because you know that there are people around you that are sitting and applauding you. Nothing extraordinary can be accomplished without a united team. The greater your vision is, the more people you're going to need to ask to be on your team. And so I remember when I was in the arena in Albuquerque, New Mexico, when with 2 seconds left on the clock, Lorenzo Charles dunked the basketball and NC State became the national champions. And what you're going to see, I guess we have some NC State fans in the audience. This was 1983, so you're gonna notice that it looks a little bit different than today's sports, but I watched my dad completely lose his mind. And what he wanted to do most of all was he wanted to jump on the backs of his players, and he wanted to celebrate, because in times of ultimate victories, we do not want to be by ourselves, but we want to be with our united team. And still today, people tell me that they remember where they were in 1983, and it's still looked upon as one of the top 10 most exciting moments in college basketball. That symbol of my dad cutting down those nets, it came to mean something to so many, and that is that anything is possible. You see, that year, the team was not even supposed to make it to any of the tournament, and yet each and every day, they proved that when you are united as a team and you have that vision, again, you can accomplish extraordinary things. As a young girl, I looked at my dad, and he was my hero. I believed that he could accomplish anything. 10 years after the moment that you just saw, a stranger in a white lab coat informed my Superman that he had met his kryptonite. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer and given a year to live. And I'm not going to tell you that last year wasn't heartbreaking, because it was. But as my dad's body grew weaker, his spirit seemed to take flight. And I remember seeing him in his home office, and he took out a legal yellow pad, and he wrote down one final bold, audacious vision. He wanted to find a cure for cancer. And then he went about assembling a team of individuals from sports and entertainment and business and health, and he said, "Will you be on my team? I want to fund quality cancer research and give hope to others, but I know I'm going to need individuals to carry on when I'm gone." I looked at my dad and I thought, really? You've got 10 months to live and you're gonna cure cancer. But I watched in awe as each and every day he moved forward toward that extraordinary vision, and he asked for help, and he worked tirelessly to give hope to other people that were in the same situation. The final speech that my dad gave was at the inaugural ESPY Awards, and he was receiving the Arthur Ashe Courage Award, but he was so sick that I didn't even think he was going to be able to make it on stage. But again, he proved that if you know what you're trying to accomplish, nothing can stop you. And these are the words he left us.
I need your help. We need money for research. It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love. We are starting the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. And its motto is, don't give up, don't ever give up.
The final thing you need in order to live your extraordinary life is perseverance. And I wish I could give you a magic pill or a formula, but that's not how it works. Part of the human condition is overcoming and facing hardship, but the fact that you are sitting here today shows me that you have figured out how to be an overcomer. And there was that beautiful image, if you noticed, when my dad walked off the stage and he needed to be helped, and those people that were beside him were part of his team. And again, it's a symbol of anything is possible when you have people around you walking beside you. A few short weeks after that speech, I would have to say goodbye to my dad, and I thought it was the worst thing that would ever happen in my life. 13 years after my dad's diagnosis, I was 33 years old, and I was sitting in bed when I felt a lump in my right breast. Well, I completely, obviously freaked out. And I called my dad's oncologist, and after doctor visits and tests, another stranger in a white lab coat informed me I not only had breast cancer, but I also had inherited a genetic mutation from my dad called the BRCA2 gene. Now, what's important to note is that 13 years earlier, when my dad was diagnosed, that gene did not even exist. So they couldn't even test him for it. It was only through cancer research that my doctors had this knowledge and they could set my course of treatment. Now, they were hopeful. They'd caught my cancer early, but I wasn't. You see, I had no vision for what it was going to be like to be a cancer survivor. I isolated, as we so often do when we're in pain or facing something. We don't want to bother anyone, and so we go it alone. And I remember the day that I hope you never experience. It was the day that I gave up. I was so mad at my dad for leaving me and not being there to support me during my journey. And so as I sat there at the kitchen table holding my bald head in my hands, I decided I was going to do what the doctors told me, but I didn't think I was going to survive. And as I sat at the kitchen table, it was as if my dad was next to me and he whispered in my ear, "We're starting the V Foundation for Cancer Research. It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love." I'd memorized that speech. I knew every word. But I thought that day he was talking to other people, to the public, to individuals that were facing cancer. But I found out in that moment that my dad had not left me alone. You see, I was the someone he loved that could walk forward, and my ending could be different. I realized that my dad had left me a game plan of what I needed to do in order to survive. And so I took hold of his hand and walked forward. The first thing I did was write down my own bold, audacious vision. And my greatest fear at the time was leaving my then 3-year-old and 5-year-old motherless. And so I wrote down on my card that I wanted to be there to see my 5-year-old graduate from high school. Much like you, I wanted to see him in his cap and gown walk across that stage and be launched into adulthood. And so then I went about boldly assembling a united team. I realized there were things that I could not do. And so I asked my doctors and nurses and friends and family members to take care of me when I grew weary, whether it was dropping off meals or my younger sister moving home to take care of my children. I accepted all the help. Again, the greater your extraordinary vision is, the more people you are going to need on your team. And then I persevered. And when I was scared or fearful, I went to one of my team members and they reminded me that I was going to survive. In August, I will be a 20-year cancer survivor. Thank you. A day doesn't go by that I don't thank my dad for standing on a stage and sharing his final vision, and for funding research that indeed saved my life. You can never underestimate the power that you have when you use your voice, your gifts, and your passions, and you will provide purpose to other individuals. The V Foundation for Cancer Research in 30 years has raised and donated nearly $400 million to research across the country. I never imagined that a basketball coach was going to have an organization that was going to save lives, but he did. As a daughter, I'm immensely proud of the work that's done at the V Foundation, but as a cancer survivor, I understand the importance of being part of something bigger than yourself. Your life visions aren't just for you, but they are to leave a lasting legacy. You are creating footsteps that other people will follow, future generations, and you're providing, you're planting seeds in people of your family and kids and parents for them to achieve their impossible. I want to tell you that I know it's not easy, but I have a little secret. I have to be honest with you all. You're all just ordinary people. I know it hurts, but none of you have any superpowers. I know you feel like you're flying today. But without a doubt, I know that each and every one of you can have an extraordinary life. You can cut down the nets after achieving your greatest victories, because I've seen it happen in my own life. I had visions that were here, and then something even more extraordinary happened because I didn't give up. And so I'm going to give you one more assignment, students, and this is your last one, and that is, I want you to spend some time in the weeks coming to think about what you want to do with the knowledge and the experience and the wisdom you have gained. What is going to be your life vision? What are you passionate about? What are your gifts? And how are you going to set out to create a lasting legacy for others? Who's on your team? It took me a long time to realize that you can be intentional about who is on your team. As my dad used to do, there was a starting five, and then some people were on the bench. Some people got traded to another team. And you can do that. You can decide who are the people that are the most impactful, the most encouraging, your biggest cheerleaders. And then in turn, recognize how you can use your gifts to bless other people as well. The final thing is to persevere and to not give up. And I hope, just like Reverend Richards planted a seed in my dad, I hope that I can plant a seed in all of you today, that when you leave here, you will begin to live with intention. You will say no to things that are not for you. You're not expected to do everything, but you will say yes and go forward 110% when you recognize that it is the road that you should travel. If you'll do these three things, you will be successful. You'll feel significant and leave that lasting impact on other people. But most importantly, you are going to be an ordinary person that accomplishes your extraordinary. Go cut down those nets. Thank you.
Jamie, your father's legacy certainly lives through you, and thank you for the reminder to do three things is what I heard. We'll have our final lesson capture here. To set a clear vision, to pick the right team to surround you, and to persevere. What a good reminder. Thank you again. Can we give another round of applause for Jamie? Now, as the Chief Academic Officer of Western Governors University, I'm excited to confer degrees to you. We are pleased to first recognize our master's degree graduates who wear a hood bearing the color of their discipline. Would the candidates for master's degree please stand if you are able? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree or endorsement you have earned, to include the Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of Science, or Educator endorsement, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may now be seated. Now, would all of those here today earning a bachelor's degree please stand if you are able? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree or endorsement you have earned, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may now move the tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard, which signifies your transition from student to graduate. Congratulations and welcome to the global community of college graduates. Please be seated. Now the moment you all came for. As we prepare to have our graduates appear on stage, out of respect for each of you, we kindly ask that you and those here celebrating your accomplishment remain in your seats until we have recognized our last graduate on stage. Thank you.
Today, as we graduate, we carry with us not only a diploma, but also the pride of knowing that our journey has inspired those closest to us.
We worked so hard, and now we are labeled graduates forever.
We stand here with what is earned and not given.
We have persevered through trials and overcome our weaknesses. We have written the eternally long papers and passed every objective assessment to be here today.
We didn't give up no matter how lost we felt, we made it.
Each of us have faced unique challenges, but here we stand, resilient, triumphant, and proud Western Governors University graduates.
We've all got our own unique stories, and we're all here together today, writing our next pages in those stories.
Today marks a new chapter for all of us, and the beginning of all the amazing things we're going to do and accomplish with our degrees and in our lives.
And the best is yet to come. Let us continue to remain resilient and persistent as we enter this next chapter.
Congratulations, and let's seize the future together.
Let's continue to push boundaries, to challenge the status quo, and to strive for excellence in all that we do.
Let us step into the future with our heads held high.
Congratulations to all my fellow WGU classmates. We did it!
Please welcome graduates from the Levitt School of Health for their moment in the spotlight.
Stephanie Middendorf.
Ashley Roper.
Indu Shahan.
Shannon D. Rogatis.
Kelly Wilson.
Helia White.
Kelly Smith.
Elizabeth Germano.
Lisa Marie Taguido.
Danielle Meyer von Bank.
Stephen Lindsay.
Lori White.
Kimberly P. Brownlow.
Ashley Combs.
Olufunke Sanusi.
Nicole Stewart.
Megan Beach.
Jocelyn Longo.
Deanne Simone Leach.
Nicole Samuel.
Christina Ullman.
Anna Carson.
Latisa Tyler.
Melissa Haight Jones.
Triconi Pattyfoot Johnson.
Stephanie Cole.
Lisa Marie Runyon.
Audrey Harris Hayes.
Jalen Parker.
Whitney Hale Quarles.
Jamie Janik.
Linda Gale Massey.
Lawana Little.
Thomas Asumana.
Kelly Ryan.
Aaron Pasco.
Rhonda Britton.
Adria Lene Smith.
Jamie Bettis.
Samantha Lehman.
Maya Lynn Jowers.
Kristen Baxa.
Sarah Ertel.
Heather Lynn Hyatt Miller.
Jake Janik.
Crystal Darby.
Diane Long.
Serene Mahamud.
Krista Mitchell.
Tyler Thurman.
Brittany Campbell.
Tyler Scott Hamilton.
Michelle Brownfield.
Keisha Cohn.
Sushila John.
Tori Cornine.
Megan Walls.
Amanda Lynn Knaus.
Kelsey Richard.
Jibby Manoj.
Tiffany Lynn Nance.
Lucy White.
Andrea Reynolds.
Krissa D. Borick.
Megan Messick.
Shantia Johnson.
Lindsay Weber.
Kenya Worthington.
Hannah Hayes.
Amelia Holcomb.
Camille Simpson.
Angela Rorick.
Mary Ellen McDonald.
Carla Kohler.
Dina Thompson.
Audrey Cohn.
Teresa Lee Argelopoulos.
Sarika Franklin.
Jessa May Vertidazzo Duque.
Lindsay Uselding.
Musa Sarjov.
Kara Nicole Ray.
Jennifer Lee Reynolds.
Andrea Smith.
Micaiah Cooper.
Felix Ahenkara.
Caitlin Lawson.
Charlize Green.
Abina Kauya.
Mandy Jo Phipps.
Rachel Lee.
Emily Sterner.
Savannah Cunningham.
Nicole Reynolds.
Adrian Reed.
Camille Richmond.
Gail J. Woodrow.
Tolulope Oalabi.
Hayat Al-Rikabi.
Miranda Sanders.
Ashley Leva.
Jawad Abdul Rashid.
Emily Harrison.
Martine Calise.
Alexis Grattal.
Janice Sandifer.
Victoria Wheeler.
Mojisola Alabi.
Prakash Khatri.
Zlata Fatieva.
Arshi Lalani.
Marilyn Lepp.
Deborah Legate.
Lisa Robinson.
Tiara Perkins.
Allison Current.
Tracy Russell.
Sophia Price.
Sarah Beth Lowry.
Charlene Mincer Tellis.
Maria Eskander.
Ashley Marie Becker.
Charity Minear Reagan.
Sean Donald George.
Jessica Simpson.
Brianna O'Brien.
Ruchita Patel.
Rasheen Delacruz.
Megan Shea Wright Burnett.
Hesper Abigail Parker.
Sherry Rosiak.
Melissa Warren.
Tanya Freeman.
Chinri Omi.
Jennifer Haggis.
Kaylee Usalia Soon.
Heather Fowler.
Natalie Webb.
Leah Andrea Henderson.
Ashley Allison.
Nathan Charles.
Jeannie Ruth Peters. Charlotte Aslan. Congratulations to the WGU graduates of the Levitt School of Health.
Please welcome graduates from the School of Education for their moment in the spotlight.
Joel King.
Christina King.
Rachel Durham.
Nicole Ray Casning.
Ashley Moon.
Lauren Long.
Brittany Kizzy.
Sam Harmon.
Lauren Anderson.
Ryan Copeland.
Kayla Barino.
Michelle Piwan.
Morgan Ellison.
Rachel Keith.
Myra Stevens.
Elizabeth Gray McGuire.
Nancy Hargrove.
Arlie Moffett.
Jessica Dubendorf.
Grace Pilo Pais.
Jessica Scott.
Cassandra Craig.
Dawn Turner.
Corey Beasley.
Sita Norman Davis.
Patricia Armendires.
Mark Hurl.
Kayla Marie Kernan.
Tiffany Davis.
Escarlin Benitez.
Brandy Bransford.
Taylor Venegas.
Emma Owens.
Kelsey Wood.
Jessica Brazel.
Matthew Avalon.
Aaron Murphy.
Alicia Rose Hutchison.
Kayla Noel Chapman Schoonover.
Karina Danae Clark.
Alina Murmerstein.
Casey Garrett.
Angela Nicole Strack.
Heather Kimmel.
Velvet Hill.
Ashley Stevens.
Lorene Mason.
Shayna Griffith.
Rachel Marie Dietring.
Chelsea Thompson.
Whitney Patterson.
Emerson Stamper.
Sarah McCoy.
Zachary Durbin.
Allison Todd.
Britannia Lamb.
Amy Wenzel.
Sarah L. Pelton.
Mackenzie Kibbe.
Stacy Caitlin Bowdy.
Sarah Aimler.
Lindsay M. Bawani.
Angela Tolbert.
Elizabeth Schultz.
Taylor DeWeese.
Michaela Deal.
Michelle Catherine Davis.
Lorena Jill Coogan Taylor.
Katie Inga Halverson.
Kristen Alcorn.
Kristen Walston.
Selena Scott Marie.
Rowan Stevens.
Ashley Martin.
Zachary Wright.
Edie Prosser.
Madison White.
Michaela Diem.
Joy Elizabeth Taylor.
Marissa Hall.
Bruce Miller.
Minnie Sue Willard.
Samantha Walbagin.
Samantha Renee Chasteen.
Sierra Holmes.
Jennifer Arguta.
Sarah McConnell.
Johanna Heidenreich.
Ashley Leeper.
Miranda Franklin.
Bailey Carey.
Andrea Harada.
Tanya Hoff.
Christopher Overlease.
Chelsea Gray.
Chloe Andrews.
Jessica Jenkins.
Emilia Renee Emra.
Carolina Grella.
Amber Zrust.
Amanda Dill Parkhill.
Martina Jones.
Caroline Newman.
Sydney Meyer.
Mary Catherine Lessman.
Emily Wiseman.
Anais Villapando.
Ashley Dean.
Kendra L. Bowen.
Caitlin Surges.
Tracy Dupin.
Jeffrey Stimmel.
Nikki Felix.
Julia Earl.
Michelle Powell.
Brittany Elam.
Taria Washington.
Autumn Rodriguez.
Natalie Nelson.
Alyssa Renoff.
Charles Scott.
Hannah Rachel Clemens.
Matthew Hayes.
Natalie S. McCoy.
Marissa Martin.
Gretel Coverdale.
Julie Clark.
Terry McLeod.
Caitlin Kinsey.
Anna Clayton.
Tiffany Pierman.
Brooke Kraus.
Regan Bridge.
Maribel Aranabar.
Manuel Alejandro Herrera Nieto.
Samantha Strange.
Stephanie Aranabar.
Courtney Leatherwood.
Cynthia Brunn.
Tabitha Chauvinetz.
Sophia Emily King.
Clara N. Morrison.
Melissa Devaney.
Heather Savage.
Tawny Fisher.
Halima Jama.
Melissa Tipton.
Elizabeth Binion.
Stephanie Michelle Warren.
Lisa Ann Gingras Massengale.
Tiza Faith Ewag.
Lauren Carlton.
Jessica Suzanne Hall.
Karen Natalie Karsula.
Heather Carroll.
Brandon Burke.
Jerika Grace Clemens.
Jana Kirk.
Riley Montgomery.
Catherine Joy Nance.
Josie Elizabeth Anderson.
Madison Gent Cantrell.
Darren Milner.
Lauren Rose McLean.
Cassandra Hicks.
Carrie Knoll.
Kelly Rudolph.
Heather Keating.
Megan Chance.
Courtney Fox.
Randy B. Dooley.
Landry Stahl.
Candace Davison.
Jennifer Kent.
Carrie Clogan.
Catherine Simon Eblehair.
Kelsey Ann Booman.
Sabrina Flanagan.
Katie Kalinowski Ferreira.
Samantha Deans.
Mia Burns.
Sunshine Bruner.
Krista Leanne Meyer.
Jasmine Ellis.
Kathy Kowalski.
Sarah LaBounty.
William D. McLemore.
Kelsey Wilson.
Taylor Ham.
Christina K. Richardson.
Tracy Lynn Dale.
Molly Shepard.
Carmita Moncayo.
Shauna Trummer.
Amanda Lynn Brown.
Kimberly Taylor.
Allison Pampanella.
Hope Keepert.
Jacavia Youngblood.
Lee Ann Ross.
Valnika Irvin.
Natalie Casey.
Tracy Boner.
Kaylin May.
Celia Ames.
Stacy Taylor.
Adriana Richard.
Kelly Hayes.
Keisha Gonzalez.
Cameron Boutel.
Christine Maldonado.
Dana Omar.
Miranda Roberts.
Kyle Sparks.
Macy Morris.
Ashley Wright.
John Shea Chevalier Wilson.
Angel Roberts.
Elizabeth McPherson.
Ashley Esparza.
Lipo Corner.
Angelica Lutz.
Aislinn Grace Berger.
Sarah McCloskey.
Katie Sapola.
Jana Glass.
Kaylee Arby.
Desiree Carrillo.
Jenna Shireman.
Sarah L. Taylor.
Vanessa Chandler.
Autumn Kennard.
Michaela Black.
Selena Morales.
Ebony Joe.
Haley Townsend.
Lori M. Davis.
Kathleen Chaconis.
Candace Reed.
Hannah Bailey.
Megan Lynn Gambino.
Katie Simpson.
Esther Ajiji.
Brianna Arndt.
Megan McDonald.
Aaron Radcliffe.
Catherine Conlon.
Bailey Shaw.
Megan Long.
Jeanette Ignacio.
Heidi M. Betancourt.
Megan Anderson.
Catherine Tolentino.
Amanda Taylor.
Donisha Levy.
Felicia Lee.
William Brock.
Amber Tucker.
Amber Henry.
Elizabeth McCormick.
Jenny Cintron.
Jenny Pratt.
Emma Hutchison.
Heather Taylor Runnels.
Allison Gallagher.
Misty Herman.
Tiffany Seal.
Sarah A. Arthur.
Dwayne Sales.
Ashley Burris.
Kelly Housewright.
Shay Williams.
Allison Huber.
Abigail Sherlock.
Rebecca C.
Olivia Raybon.
Noah C. Jacobs.
Allison Matzo.
Mackenzie Conrad.
Kayla Easley.
Skylar Cracky.
Heather Shorter.
Ashley Catter.
Kaylee Brown.
Haley Ann Hall.
Amy Coyne.
Zoe Racy.
Kayla Deaton.
Alia Robinson.
Lauren E. Reams.
Janelle McClish.
Madison K. Burles.
Summer Lothridge.
Brooke Wilson.
Mary Frugas.
Madison Nicole Beaver.
Ruth Davidson.
Kelly Hollis.
Amber Nicole Wood.
Courtney LeDuc.
Angela Clevenger.
Grace Christensen.
Lachelle Rains.
Chelsea Smith.
Amanda Dickens.
Nikia Mayfield.
Jaylyn Scott.
Andrea Mendez.
Brianna Aldrich.
Jade Clayton.
Tika Schmidt.
Angel Woods.
Linda Bennett.
Destiny Rogers.
Candy Caspar.
Mackenzie Stimmel.
Callista Hubbard.
Emily McGill.
Kristen Hahn.
Caitlin Miller.
Emma Dirkers.
Elizabeth Hahn.
Lonnie Lynn Jones.
Mary Catherine Brown.
Heather King.
Natasha McCauley.
Amy Shuck.
Samantha Anter.
Mallory Wood.
Abigail Frank.
Stephanie Michelle Snyder.
Kristen Rufrano.
Caitlin Pritchard.
Erica Griner.
Cassandra Close.
Jennifer Watson.
Alyssa Kent.
Stephanie Evans.
Brandy Keller.
Tisa Johnson.
Kelsey Denton Pullens.
Bethany Lindsay.
Michael Nyheis.
Emily Vertafe.
Chastity Probus.
Jamie Stoddard.
Alexis Eyre.
Danielle Williams.
Courtney Day.
Amy Tino.
Mindy Leslie. Congratulations to the graduates of the WGU School of Education.
Big congratulations, graduates. One more round of applause for our graduates. Now, as each of you returns home and embarks on the next step of your journey, I urge you to remember that you are a night owl for life. You're joining an ever-growing alumni network of over 385,000 graduates. We welcome you to explore the lifelong career resources and alumni benefits at wgu.edu/alumni. Know this, the entire WGU community stands ready to champion your success and celebrate your achievements always. In turn, I also encourage you to take every opportunity to uplift those around you. Consider the opportunities that helped you succeed and the individuals who stepped up for you. How can you share what you've learned and your unique gifts and talents to make a difference in the lives of others? Take a moment and look around. Look around at your fellow graduates, the faculty, the staff, your family who supported you, your friends, your family, everyone cheering you on in the crowd. Together, we are stronger, and it's only through community and our collective efforts can we bring brighter pathways for future generations. As we close here today, I hope you will take a moment to reflect on the pride you felt during this ceremony and leading up to this week. Thank you for letting us be a part of your educational journey and celebrating with you and your family and friends. Graduates, we are inexpressibly proud of you and your accomplishments, for all that you've achieved, that you've persevered through, and we will continue to achieve and salute you. Congratulations.